the Mr. Olympia taught me anything, is that the attention land grab for bodybuilding is at an all-time high, and there's still space available for you. What's going on, guys? Larry Brown here, talking to you this morning about something that a lot of people within this fitness industry have touched on but have often spoken negatively about. So it's about social media, YouTube, and the land grab that is still up for grabs within this space. That there's a lot of white noise, there is a lot of competition, but there is absolutely room for you to make your presence felt within the video sphere. So the reason I'm coming to you with this is for two reasons. A lot of the content that I saw on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube from the Olympia, from a multitude of people, from different angles, looking at a weekend that's generally for competitive bodybuilding, seeing all the different aspects and opinions of how the weekend went, of how the show went, and a lot of the analysis that I saw from people that are in the NPC, within the IFBB, who compete, who don't compete, and it was just very interesting to see. And a lot of these people have a lot of big audience for being somebody that we may or may not know. Also, on top of that, I was actually inspired to make this video because I saw a new Halloween movie. Yes, a brand new Michael Myers Halloween movie. It was a fan movie. It was called Halloween Aftermath, and I literally found out about it the morning of the premiere, which was last night. And the reason why I found that so interesting and why I extrapolated what I saw in Aftermath to what I'm seeing in bodybuilding is that this movie didn't come on with a ton of fanfare. So it was premiered, and if you know how the YouTube algorithm works, when you premiere something, you let people know that it's going to happen. So somehow the algorithm does it to where it just pushes it out to people who are interested, right? So that's why if you have some type of big video or anything like that, you want to set it as a premiere, and then more people will have it pushed out, right? So I found out about this through Facebook, and then I went to YouTube and I set my alarm for the premiere. And what really struck me is that I've heard of the studio that was putting out this movie, which was A26, I believe. They did Magazine Dreams, but I had never heard of the production company. But now, with me seeing that movie, I'm very interested in more fan-made stuff. And the reason I say that is because you don't have to be big to make a massive impact. It was a well-done movie, moved slow in some parts, but this is a fan movie, so I don't expect these people to have major motion picture expertise, but also at the same time, it is a motion picture. But the reason I'm telling you all of this, and the reason I'm diving into this, and also fan-made content from the Olympia, is that people want to hear different voices, and they want to hear your voice, right? Whether the boomers agree with me or not, whether people even in my age demographic, 46 to 50 and above, which would be Generation X or Millennials, depending upon what table you want to use, they're probably not going to agree with me. I'm telling you, as somebody who's been deep in tech, who's watched the invention of Facebook, who's been on MySpace, who's been on a multitude of successful and unsuccessful social media apps, there is still plenty of room for you to make a name for yourself in bodybuilding. Now, I want to make this very clear. I am talking about competitive bodybuilders. I don't give a damn about you recreational people. You recreational people are different. I'm different, so the approach has to be a little bit different than what I would suggest for competitive bodybuilders. You need to focus more on how you mesh bodybuilding within your lifestyle, how you put together things, but there is a land grab for you. But I'm talking specifically to people who want to be champions. And for the people who want to be champions, they want to relate to you on somehow chasing a dream, right? We are all dream chasers in a lot of instances, whether we get up and go to work and then we come home and we may spend an hour on something that we're passionate about. A lot of us are chasing dreams out here, and people resonate with that. And I'm not seeing a lot of bodybuilders put put their, I'm not seeing a lot of bodybuilders put themselves out there like that in a creative space because they're afraid they'll be judged or anything like that. I am a believer that as long as you have 2 to 3 people that listen to you, that's a success, because that gets multiplied. We often think of CT Fletcher as this huge anomaly that came on overnight, when really CT had been putting out content for years. All right, I knew about CT in the 90s because I read Muscle Mag International, and it was a section in the last few pages called The Ripper Report by Don Ross that was talking about all the things that were happening in fitness and in bodybuilding in Venice Beach, California. I knew about CT then, long before he was putting out any type of YouTube content. But it's just amazing to me that a lot of people do not put out the content that they should, and a lot of big name people don't put out the content that they should. I need y'all to get over that, because this YouTube thing is not slowing down. In fact, it's exploding even more. And networks are trying to catch up. They're trying to catch up in a massive way, and they've already lost a lot of ground, and they're trying to use YouTube and TikTok to leverage it. Now, as far as YouTube goes, because that's the basis of this video, the thing that I found on this grind to 1,000 subscribers is that the thing that I've learned about this YouTube grind, the thing that I've learned getting close to 1,100 subscribers, is that you're going to have to put your voice out there often. You're going to have to talk about things in the realm of bodybuilding, of fitness, of life, and how it relates to bodybuilding. Diving into life and bodybuilding is something that will not get old, because we all live different lives. So that's one thing that you guys can do to start to build up a following, and then just show yourself. People want to see your push to a higher level, and they want to see the ins and outs of it. People are still interested in meal prep. People are still interested in how you balance being a competitive bodybuilder with work. So that content is never going to get old, but you have to present it in a way that makes it unique to you, because yes, it's all content that we've seen, but again, we all live different lives. Another thing that I think people will resonate with and people will understand is just workouts. You have to explain what you're doing, why you're doing it, and if this can apply to the person looking at it. In each one of my videos, I speak from what I'm doing, but what I'm trying to get better at as a YouTuber is that at my age, I am more of a utility player, right? I don't have the attractiveness to be a big name star, right? Or have a huge following. I don't have the super interesting life. I'm not traveling. I'm literally just waking up. I just nailed down a 3rd part-time job, so I'm going to be working 3 part-time jobs, just trying to make it in this damn economy. I'm trying to raise 2 good human beings. I'm trying to be a husband. And that is what a lot of people want to see as well. But I know I'm a utility, so I have to teach people more than show my life, right? I gotta teach them the meals. I gotta teach them the workouts. I gotta teach them the techniques. I gotta teach them the books to read. I gotta do history lessons on bodybuilding. Like, that is stuff I have to do, because I know I'm now well past 10,000 hours of lifting. So technically, I am a bit of an expert or an authority, I feel, on lifting weights and how to build up a body. I didn't say contest prep, don't get me wrong, but I do have kind of an authority, because I've seen it all, I've done it all, and I'm still doing more. I don't know all of it, and that's why I still keep doing it. But again, that land grab is up for grabs for people in the age that I am in. If you are younger, people want to see your life. You have to be willing to share. Now, if you just want to wait in the shadows and try to build up a following that way, I even think that there is some type of space for you, because you're an introvert, you're doing an extrovert activity, but you have to do it in a way that resonates with people. You have to do it in a way that says, hey, I'm uncomfortable with this, but I'm trying to break out of this shell and I want to share this with you. So you don't have to share everything. You don't, please, under no circumstance am I saying you need to share everything that you're doing, but you also need to share a decent chunk of what you're doing. And if you want to keep it strictly to gym content, then keep it strictly to gym content. You want to keep it strictly to cooking, keep it strictly to cooking, and keep it pushing. You don't have to show parts of your life. You don't have to do any of that. But you have to get on here. You have to get on here in a relatively consistent basis. And to be honest with you, with shorts, there's really no excuse not to have some type of content posted on YouTube essentially 7 days out of the week. I know a lot of people have philosophies when it comes to how often you need to post or anything like that. I'm a once a day poster, but I'm trying to utilize shorts in a way where it's not like TikTok. Again, it has to serve some type of utility function. So using a lot of old footage and rehashing it and trying to get it out multiple times a day. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Larry, when do I have time to do this? At that point, I don't have an answer because I am about to take on a third job and I'm still putting out content. It sucks sometimes. There are times when I don't want to do my tripod and phone filming or any of that. And to be honest with you, there's some days I just don't do it. Like I use old stuff that I can explain and help people that way. But you have to be comfortable with carrying around a lightweight tripod. You have to be comfortable with filming on your phone. You have to be comfortable with having someone film you or film yourself. And that's another thing I need to talk to you all about. Some of you all just got to film yourselves. Y'all gonna have to set that tripod up and y'all gonna have to get over that fact. That's why I feel a lot of bodybuilders don't put out stuff, is because they don't want to edit. So that's a section of being lazy. They don't want to learn how to edit. And whether you like it or not, the weeder contracts are gone. So you are your own marketing company. You may not have a big budget behind you, but you're your own marketing company. You need to put stuff out there. You need to have a phone. Everyone's out here with Jordans, but as soon as I say buy iPhone 17 and record yourself and then have another phone for your communications, but just have that phone where you can just, your content phone, put it out, I get looked at crazy. I'm telling you right now, this thing is about to explode even more and you want to be a part of it. The barrier for entry to make money in social media is low, but it's a lot of work. And if you're not willing to be that marketing company, if you're not willing to have a lot of stuff behind you, like look at Sam Sulek. Everyone bashed Sam Sulek. I was literally probably one of them. I'm like, what is this dude doing? Then he started competing, and now you understand he's got a big time contract with Raw. He's got a big time contract with Gymshark. He just had a home gym outfitted by Arsenal Strength. So there is stuff there for you. But if you don't want to do it, then that's completely up to you. But don't get mad at when you miss the land grab, especially with TikTok going away. So all of the attention, a lot of it is going to be here on YouTube. And you only got a couple months left. So if you have a following on TikTok, if you have a following on other spaces, myself, I'm diving in even more into YouTube. I'm diving in even more into Fanbase by Isaac Hayes. I'm diving in even more to Facebook, as Gary Vee would call it, Facebook proper. But you have to be able to dive into it. You have to be willing to be affable enough to want to help people, to be kind of funny, to have some sort of sense of humor. And I know a lot of bodybuilders that have this, but just refuse to do it. Or just say, I don't have the time, I don't have a team. Sorry, baby, you are the team. You are the team. And if you don't want to do it, you're going to miss it, and then you're going to be kicking yourself. All right? So dive into the content now. Dive into the content now, especially YouTube. Learn how to do thumbnails. Again, if you don't have the time, you're going to have to contract it out. It's going to cost more money on the back end. But if you stay consistent with it enough, it's going to give you money on the front end. And you have to enjoy doing content. I enjoy doing content. I come from a journalism background. Journalism, A news show is just content aggregation put together in a half-hour cast. That's all it is. We're pulling content together from local sources, from CNN, from ABC, from whatever affiliate station that we're at. We're pulling all of that content together and we're putting it out to you. So it is content aggregation. So guys, get in on this. Get in on this and don't think it's going away. All right. Another thing that I've learned getting up to over 1,000 subscribers is that, again, consistent effort and authenticity. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to have proper language. Don't cuss as much because YouTube will flag you. But be yourself. 100% be yourself. Just because I have a camera in my face doesn't mean I'm not going to be Larry Brown. I will always be Larry Brown. And whether you like it or not is something that I don't care about. A lot of people didn't like Living Single. A lot of people didn't like Martin. But they were playing a character, but there was a lot of authenticity inside of that character they was playing. So a lot of Martin Lawrence came out. A lot of Queen Latifah came out. A lot of Kim Fields came out of those characters that they were portraying on TV. So always, always, always lean into your authenticity first and understand that you don't have to portray a character. You can be you. I am a big nerd. I have a video. I probably will do a video on how much I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and why that has shaped me as a bodybuilder. I will do that one day. But be yourself. Be yourself on here before anything else. All right? Because when you start to lose yourself in the name of content, that's when stuff gets really, really bad. And I've seen it. All right? So that was just me talking to you guys. I hope you all got something out of it. I hope this inspires you to grab hold of YouTube and grab hold of some of these other social media outlets and start putting together your own content journey. And I hope it yields results. I hope it yields monetization, but also I hope it gives you the urgency and it also gives you the confidence to get ahead of what's coming. All right. So hope to see you on my YouTube. Hope you follow me on Fanbase. Hope you follow me on TikTok while it's still not a government-controlled entity. So with that being said, guys, have a great day. I wish you well and be blessed. All right? Peace.